Hey y'all, it's Melissa at Messy Missy Creates. Welcome back. I touched up the first 2 days. I've only done, this is my August journal. And y'all, this makes me, after this video, I'll be current. Yeah. So I went back, I had forgotten about Brooke's freebie printables on her Facebook group. And it says a little kickoff for a new month. Remember I told you I was going to try to find something that went there. And then this is August 1st was International, I forgot how to pronounce that, Mahjong Day. I don't play it. I used to love to play it on the phone or on a computer or whatever. But anyway, so I went back and added those two things. And then it said the first Saturday in August was National Sunflower Day. So I could have added it back here, but I wanted it seen. So I put it over this little square. Now I have this sunflower that I debated on putting somewhere. And I could put it like right here and it would stick, but it would stick way outside of the journal. So it would get bent up. I just kind of tucked it in that pocket, and if something inspires me to put it somewhere like up here, I will. But anyway, if not, that's not a big deal. So, oh, and then I added the little rain girl right here holding the umbrella because it had rained this day. And let's see. So now we're on day 3. And I think, yeah, this is the day it either didn't storm or it stormed late. I have a lot of it already cut out. You'll see a common theme here, right there. And then you'll see some gardening stuff. What I want to do first, though, is this page, because I plan on getting 2 pages done today. I want to, I want to go ahead and put some ink on this page so it can be drying while we're working on the other pages. Now, all I have, this was my Frankenstein paper. I'm wondering if it'll go through on, I hope it doesn't go through on my tassel. And they were just both white backgrounds, so I'm just going to put maybe like a yellow and orange combination on here this time. So, let me slide that out of the way, because this is just the yellow dyed paper. And where's my water bottle? Here it is. And I think I'm going to use, this is my yellow and orange. I think I'm going to use fossilized amber, which is, it should be a darker yellow like this. And then a spice marmalade. I love the wild honey, so I might take that out. Maybe I'll use the wild honey first and then see how that goes. Well, before the marmalade. So these are the little ink cubes, the distress ink. And I'm going to put a good bit of water on that because I want it diluted. I don't want it that dark. I lost, whoop, 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 whoop. Okay. That's what happens when you put a lot of water on it. Then now it's going to get on the other page. Let me get my napkin, wipe that off. I'm going to flip it over real quick. And I'm trying not to get it on that washi. Okay, I put way too much water on that. Way too much. Okay, let's see if we can slide some of this ink over. And some of it over here. Okay, I won't worry about the washi. I'll worry about it running everywhere else. I don't want it. Yeah, it did color that page a little bit. Let me get some up here, because we've got plenty on here. I just need to, slide it up. Slide that ink around. That's the nice thing about it, is you can just kind of slide it wherever you want it to go. So let me blot up some of my mess before I ink something I don't intend on inking. Yeah, that was too much water. So, note to self, too much water, but a napkin helps. And I need a little bit more because I didn't get much on that side right there. I just won't put as much. I won't put as much water. I lost my little piece of plastic after that last video. So this is one of my envelopes that I use to store some of my clip art and stuff like that. And it's a little slicker, so the water runs off of it quicker. Hey, that rhymed. Poet and don't know it. Okay, so we can see it went through, but it didn't get on anything important over here. This is today. And yes, I already have today in the works. Okay, so let's put a little bit of this wild honey. I'm not sure it's going to be a drastic color difference. We're not going to put as much water. I'm only going to blot, maybe I shouldn't blot this one. There. I need more ink on this side. And it's going to really blend in with that yellow. So I may have to use it soaking into the paper right here. I love what happens when this gets full of ink. You can use it as like collage paper and stuff like that. Okay, so let's do the drastic orange instead of the wild honey was too close to that fossilized amber. So let me just do a couple dabs of orange and then we're going to quit. There we go. That's a darker orange. And I'm not going to blend it together this time. I'm just going to, I don't want the square. So I'm just going to kind of dot it. Where I want it. And if you use more or less water, you get a more intense color too. So I wanted it to look more orange than yellow. So that one's pretty wet. It's going to take some time to dry. So let's see what side I'm trying to find what side that ink is on. Okay. And if I get more ink on this one, it's okay because it was already dyed, right? I just don't want it to go through. It went through on that spot right there. And I'm not going to get out my heat tool. I don't plan to anyway. I hope I don't have to. Okay, so the mess is over. That didn't take too long. It took me a little longer because I played with that one color that I shouldn't have. But, and that will take a minute to dry. So for this other page, I want to cut out. Did I lose it? There it is. I figure I cut out a lot of the clip art. And I've been cleaning my room. Look at this basket. This basket was so full, it was leaning over. It wouldn't even stand up. So I've been cleaning out little baskets here and there. I wanted to cut this mower out. And I really wish that, let me just cut that off. Let's see. Tear out the side and take it with you when you shop. I'm wondering if I use those words anywhere. I cut off mower, but let's see. Let me just cut this too. And then we'll have less of a piece of paper to work with. Okay. Anyway, I wish it came in from the left side, not the right side. But beggars can't be choosy, right? And I love using magazine images in my journals when I can. I mean, I could have printed off a lawnmower man. I've done that many times. But I've been trying to go through more of my magazine images and use them. And as I've gone through them, I've pulled out ones that I know that I can use. And because that's what they're there for, right? I have 3 baskets of magazine images. And I found remember I was looking for the storm? I found that. And I think it goes on this day. It stormed again. Yeah, I think this day is, no, this is Monday. That's right. It did not storm. It rained yesterday, but it didn't storm. Let me see what else I have. Okay, so I have most of everything cut out for Sunday, but let me cut out Monday stuff. I did cut out a little weed eater man. I mean, I printed off a weed eater man because we did, you know, all the yard things. And he said he was so sore after weed eating. He weed eated so much. He went through 2 tanks of gas, and which for, you know, weed eater is quite a bit. So his when he got up the next day, his legs were so sore. I did a little bit of it a couple weeks ago, and it made my arms so sore and my back. But I haven't done it in a long time. That's the first time I've touched a weed eater in probably 4.5 years. Yeah, probably 4 years. So, I wasn't surprised that I was sore, but he doesn't usually get sore. So, anyway, we're going to have, that goes on this page with the lawnmower. And what did I do with the rest of the printables? Okay, so yesterday, I finished decorating my July journal. And I have not finished the journaling in it, so I want to get that done and get a flip through made. I haven't done a flip through in I cannot tell you how long. Of course, you probably already have noticed that. I have stacks of baskets with unfinished journals from this year. And, okay, so this one will go on this page. This stuff will go on this page. This Monday begins prompt week. And it says, what food just feels like home for you? Well, I was going to put soup. And then, well, what did I, oh, here it is. But at the time that I read that, I happened to be making myself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And I don't eat white bread a lot, but there is something about, I like that Artisana white bread, or even the butter bread, but that Artisana, anyway, there's nothing like a peanut butter and jelly on white bread. I know it's basic, but so there's that. And then I did let's see, hold on. Did a video. Let me cut down this way. And I blanched and froze some squash. So I had a packed day yesterday. Let's see. I got a couple of quotes that I don't necessarily need. If I have room on this page, I have one I want to put, but you know, those are things that can be put on any day. So, I hope, no, it rippled, but it didn't go through too badly. Do I want a border on this? Maybe a hair of one. But I had a bunch of squash left. I had harvested it a while back. I wasn't sure if it was still going to be good, but I'm like, I have got to get this blanched and frozen before I lose it. I had already started some a while back. And, but I don't eat a lot of squash other than for Thanksgiving I make a squash casserole. So my goal is to grow enough squash in the spring that I can make a big squash casserole at Thanksgiving. Or if I have enough, maybe another time. You know what I mean? Because I do love, and my mother-in-law loves it too. The squash casserole is my mom's recipe, and I love it. Okay, so that's almost dry. It's dry enough to turn the page. Wait, I didn't cut her out. See, when we get to Monday, we'll have everything cut out. I think I have everything cut out for Sunday. So, it'll just be a matter of putting it all on the page. Now, I don't have to have this image because I have the pictures of the squash. But because I know that my journal is bigger, I went ahead and printed this out. I can always use it later if it doesn't fit. But this was me standing at the almost at the sink, the stove, blanching squash. I mean, it's not me really, but I don't wear a bow in my hair. Okay, so I'm going to, it's dry enough for me to turn over, and hopefully it will finish drying while we do this page. So this is Sunday the 3rd, and we start, like I said about Saturday, we start off in the morning. Oh, I need my day and date. Let's figure out where we want those. Maybe over here, or maybe over here. Let's see what that looks like. And I might have to move that paper clip, but we start off the day. We want, like I said, on Saturday and Sunday in mind frame. We watch one episode while we're having our coffee. And then we pulled weeds. We got in the pool. I made a video, and this is when I think it stormed. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, but we're not going to address that because I don't have enough space to address that. I was thinking about this right here. That, why did I wish it went from the left to the right? Because I was thinking it was going on this page. That's why. But it didn't matter on this page. But it's the perfect size. And I can put that right there and that right there. And that tells you that we did a lot of yard work. Because, see, it takes up a lot of space. So, anyway, I was trying to weed a bed so that we could we need to dig out the chicken coop. And I'm just putting my stuff up. But I need some journaling space on here. So, okay. Now, let me show you a little Amazon haul. A sticky note haul. Yes, Allison, this is probably your fault too. Oh, mercy. Except for the fact that, look, they're all chickens. And they're all small. So they're small enough to go. But I have the ones that say chicken scratch on them, and they're a little bit bigger. These are just like 3x4 or something like that. Ooh, they smell funny though. 3x4, yes. Or just under 3x4. Some of them do say chicken scratch. But they're in all different colors. And some of them have lines, some of them don't. Chicken scratch. That one's just a barnyard. And then this mint, kind of this mint green. And this lime green. And this, it's not quite the same color pink as that, but this is more of a coral. Anyway, and then this is a golden yellow. So I have all of those that I'll stack up right here. And then look what I found. I don't know if I'm going to need neon colors this month, and these have the full magnets on the back, which I will use the magnets for something else. But look at the colors. This blue isn't fluorescent. Fluorescent blue is hard to find. And the purple isn't fluorescent, but the rest of them are. And they have a full magnet on the back. So I will be cutting that magnet up and using it for something else. But right now they'll be on the back of this. So, for example, here, this would match this page. That would almost match this page. And the yellow kind of would. blue, not quite. Green, no. I think the orange matches it the best. But I thought, and I will link these in my Amazon affiliate links. There's some other ones I had in my shopping cart, but those are the only two that I just had to have. There was some more subtle colors, but they, yeah, these do smell funny. I'll pick that off later. But anyway, now where to put them? Well, that's a very good question. If I use, I probably won't, let me tear one off. Now, I also have these that I got that would match, and this would match this page perfectly. So, on one side, I could put, like, one of these small ones. And this one doesn't match this side as well. It kind of does with the sun. I was thinking I could do another tip. Tip in. Put the pool over here. I can do the weeds. I was pulling weeds. He was weed eating. I don't know. We'll figure that part out. And then I can just glue this in. Or I can... I could just glue that in and then glue this stuff over it. Or I can make another tuck. Where did all my squares go? I have... Do I have one that will match the... Oh, that's the same as that right there. It's two-sided, and that yellow is not going to match. Let me try this one. That's that paper right there. So that matches that paper, but it does not match that paper right there. But you're really not going to be able to see it much. And I don't know if I really want the tuck there. I'm almost thinking I just want to put it, it's going to hide the paper. I could tip it in. That would work. I'm kind of liking it on this side, and then put this right here. I'm almost liking this better. What do you think? And then I can put the weeds here. I need the pool. Well, in order of things, the pool happened pool happened, wait, where's my video? After the grass cutting and the weed eating and all that good stuff. But I think that will work. I don't like all of this. So I could take him off and I could put me pulling weeds there. And then I could put us in the pool overlapping that. And I liked my little weed eater dude though. He was cute. I mean, not that I'm not going to get another chance to use him. Trust me, I will. And then I can have this up here. Like that. Let me tuck it under that paper clip so it stays. And then this will match really well over here, and I can put this just somewhere over here. Now I could use the weed eater guy over here and put the video up here. That would work. But I could also put, yeah, I could do that too. So I think I like that. Let's start with the day and date, or start with gluing this in or something. Let's glue something in. Let me take the paper clip out. And I'm hoping, let me get another glue paper so I don't have to pull that one out. And hoping this is dry enough to glue on. But we're going to start on this side. I could easily, instead of using this big one, I could use one of these chicken scratch, because we did let the chickens out. Wait a minute. That one matches. Can I write what I need to write on those two little spaces? Because we let the chickens out in their little temporary coop. Well, we're going to see. Let's start gluing. That feels empty. Where is my... There it is. Where is my new one? Let's start here. And I always like to start with the day and date. Okay, let's turn over the right way. And I could have put that over there, but that's okay. And anyway, so how is your August journal going? I don't always mention it on the videos, but if you haven't joined our Facebook group, well, a lot of times I'll mention it at the end, and not everybody stays till the end. I get it. Because it's a long time to sit still for a video. But, you know, I hope that you're journaling along with me, or washing your dishes or something and listening, or something like that. I do that sometimes. I'll take the iPad in the kitchen and... Okay, that looks cute. I wanted it to kind of overlap that. I got a wrinkle in it, though. Okay. I don't think that's straight, but somebody told me one time, I know the saying, don't sweat the petty stuff, but she told me, don't sweat the petty stuff and don't pet the sweaty stuff. I was like, okay, I can remember that. So let's glue down. What do we want to glue next? I will take one of these, and we're going to kind of overlap it right here, so you see a little bit of all that. Now, if it's going to stay, I'm going to glue it all the way down. This looks a little empty down here. This little blue matches that blue. That will fit up here. I could put the pool down here. And keep the yard stuff together. What do we think about that? That still leaves me a blank space right there. Do I care? What else do I have for this day? Oh, this was the day I did that speed journaling. I was trying to finish like 10 pages in my July journal in one day. And yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I do have, if I didn't want to use that, that's going to be too big for there. That has to go over there. So I've already, I could tip this in, and then I'd have this space to write as well as this space to write. But how long does it take to say that we cut grass, we weed eated, we got in the pool, cooled down, and then I came in and did a video? I'm pretty sure it did rain, but that's beside the point. So let me pull one of these off and stick it down here and see how we like it. It's crooked, I think. You have an overhead shot. I can't see. And then the Lawnmower Man. And I could put the video right here. That would fill that space. I don't mind that space being blank. That doesn't bother me as much. These little chicken notepads are so cute. And these two look like my Maggie and Hazel. And, well, none of them look like the other ones. This one looks a little bit like Mabel. She's brown and gray, and anyway. Oh, I need washi. Yes, because of Allison's Item of the Month challenge. So we can't forget our washi. And I already glued something down here. I haven't glued anything over here, so I might. Darn it, I have that. Well, I have washi there too. Well, what do we put washi on? We can put washi on the tops of the notes after we're done. That might work. And I'm thinking this looks like fun. And I have this word hotter. And I was thinking about using it up there. It was so hot this day. And so hot. But jumping in the pool and cooling down, it really helps a lot. I know it stormed. We got stormed out Saturday. I think we got done. And then, I don't know. It was one of my videos I was in here doing when he was home. So it had to either be the one Saturday or Sunday. I think it was this one because it was storming like the thunder. But I can't remember which video it was in. You could hear it in the video. But we have enough on the page. I don't need that stormy house look. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I'm trying not to leave any of that bluish purple. Okay. This is just junk mail. We are having our AC fixed tomorrow. It is not fully broken, thank goodness, because it's been in the triple digits, or feels like temperature has been in the triple digits. I don't know why they split hairs on that feels like thing. You know, the heat index and all that good stuff, because somewhere I have a picture. I don't think I printed it. We got in the truck, and the truck said 108. Now, I get it when you first get in, it's going to say hotter than what it really is. But I want to see if this will fit up here. And then that. And then this. So let me glue this down first, because I need the lawnmower to stop moving. The chickens can move. I need the lawnmower to stop moving, because I know it's going there. And then we need washi. If I was going to washi this side, now would be the time to do it. But I mean, technically I already have washi 2 places on this page, but I'm not counting that. I'm going to add it to, I want that to butt right up to the edge. Right at the bottom. It's got a bump in it. Why? Well, now it has a hole in it. Why? I don't know. Page feels pretty dry though. Okay, so I can scoot this all the way down here. I can glue that on there. And then yes, hotter fits up here. Perfect. Now I'm going to need something that's cardstock. So I'm going to need my art glitter glue for that. So this was fun. Using something that comes out of the mail. Using junk mail in your journal is always fun. Right? So how is your August journaling going? I know I asked that a minute ago. I started asking anyway, and then I don't know if I actually all the way asked. Did that make sense? To all the way ask? Okay, I am going to need that to tuck under that real quick. So I need to get some glue on here. And I like this little hint of blue on this orange and yellow page. See, I wanted it to tuck. That art glitter glue doesn't leave you much time to fool around, that's for sure. Okay. So that one's a done deal. Oh, I can't put washi up there now. That's okay. We'll just put it on here. What was I gonna put? Oh, there they are. I was trying to figure out where my little weed eater dude, and so if I put him here and I put her, because I pulled weeds and then I gave them to the chickens. And they love the weeds. So I can put that there. And then you can still see this. And I can overlap that mower a little bit. Like that. That leaves a little bit of blank space. And then if I wanted to, I could put the video over here. Or I could put the pool over here. Oh, that makes sense. Over under the hotter sign. I can do that. That leaves this blank though. I mean, it's colorful because the page is colorful, right? I really like this sticky note. Oh, I can do this. I have something I can add there. I do like the pull under the hotter. So I'm going to do that. And then I'll come back to this. So that makes sense, right? It was hotter, so we got in the pool. I mean, it was a scorcher. It was really bad. And there was no, Saturday at least, we had some, it was overcast before it got, before it started storming. It was overcast. And so we got a little bit of cloud cover. But Sunday, that was not the case. And, let's see, put that right in there. I don't want to cover up too much of that. I still don't know what that little piece is right there. It's going to drive me nuts. Okay, and then I am going to put the weed eater dude there. Because he's just cool like that. Doing these smaller pieces with this big glue stick leaves chunks. I don't like that, but what can I do? Okay. So that is a colorful page. And let's figure out what we're going to do over here. I really thought I was going to add some of this washi to over here. But I did not. And I could have just done it like right there. With that. Let me see if I can pull at the edge of that pool. I can. And then stop it at the lawnmower. This is going to have to be glued down anyway because I've pulled it up and back so much. Did that stop in the right place? Kind of, sort of. Oh, it's not even on the top of the page. What a dum-dum. What a dum-dum. Alright, so let me pull this along here. And then we can get this sort of at the top of the page. I liked these colors, especially since we've added a little touch of the aqua blue, right? That was supposed to go all the way down to the lawnmower, and it didn't. But I'm not going to sweat it. It just adds a little bit of bubbles over there. And then now I got to figure out what to do with this. So I can either put this down here. I can scoot this over if I have something bigger here. But I don't. Oh, I have this, which I think I made that day. But I may put it on this day. Because it would be taller than, yeah. I don't know. Let me see if I can open it up. I think this day's pretty full. I've gotten to where, I mean, I'm a sweet tea drinker. I love my sweet tea, but I don't need the sugar. And well, it says no artificial flavors, but we all know it's going to have that aspartame in it or whatever. But right now, I just don't need the sugar. So, one habit at a time, right? One step at a time. So, this Crystal Light makes a sweet tea flavor. And I mean, that would fit here. Okay, then I don't have... I was thinking more along the lines of right here and then tipping it in, which I could, but that leaves me with this and then now this, and I don't like that. So I could do this, or I could just save it for the next day. I probably made it both days, to be honest with you. So I kind of like that half on, half off, like that. I can put the video here. And then I have a couple of quotes that I just had my hands on. Hold on. This one, they're both funny. But this one applies for today. Applies to today. It says, not saying it's really hot, but I was sweating so much I hydroplaned off the toilet seat and landed in the bathtub. Okay, when you're hot and sweaty and you gotta come in and go to the bathroom, that's where men have it so much easier than women. And I will leave that image with you right there. That mental image that I'm sure that you are thanking me for right now. So, that, nothing like a blob of black and white right in the middle of the page, right? So, I can put this up here and this down here. Do I like that better? Does it matter? No. Yeah, I like that one there better. Smaller on top, bigger on bottom, I guess. Is that all gonna fit? Yes. Anyhow. And this was an appropriate day for it because it was a scorcher. And then our AC hasn't been keeping up. It normally will keep up to the temperature that I want it to keep up to. But we figured out last week or the week before last that we got home, we came home or somewhere during the day. It was when my niece and I were working out in the building, so I wasn't paying attention. And so it, when my husband got home, he said, did you just turn that up or down or whatever down? And I said, no. And he said, it's not on the right temperature. So I was like, lovely. It wasn't that bad. It just wasn't the right temperature. I need to get rid of this because it's messing with my gluing. Okay. And notes right here. Now I could have tipped that in and been able to write on the back of it a little bit, but I didn't. So it's okay. It is definitely a full page and it's colorful. And I'm going to add a little piece, what I just do with that washi. Because I already have some washi peeking out here and here. You can barely see it. But I'm just going to add a little bit of torn, just like it's taped on there, right? And that brings a little more of that aqua color over here. So I like that. How's that for a first page? Oh, and we're like over, oh my goodness, we got to hurry. But we already did most of the things for this day. So this is going to be my writing space. So I think I need to move this over here. And most of my stuff is going to go on here, except for maybe that. And then I probably did that in the morning. The August journal with me. I'm going to put that like right there, maybe. That's not going to work. Because I got all this squash. Okay, she may not land a spot on the page. I may put that down here with this. I can do this on another day. I save seeds. And do I want, how about, do we need a pocket for this day? I would put this here and this here. That adds some color to the day. Is it going to help me with my dilemma though? I can tip it in. I lose a little bit of space on my, I can tip it in at the top. And then I have space to write here and here. Maybe I need it over here. No, but I like the journal over there. I have a different one. Does it matter? let's see. I already have lined paper over here, so it makes sense that I put, let me put this over here. Let me try this a different way. It makes sense that this is my writing space, right? So let me put all of this over here. And I don't have to put all of it. I could put that in the center. I can kind of layer them like this. This was just the frozen bags that I ended up with. And then this is Lydia's prompt down here. I could put it up here. That cuts into some of my writing space. This yellow and yellow, there's a lot of yellow. I need some more color over here. If I have these two like this, and then this one right here, does that work? And this kind of tucked in there. And I need washi, so I want to put washi down the side of the page first before I glue anything down. And I'm going to run out of time before I... let's use this one. I think just to grab... It's got the yellow. It's, you know, got the gold background. Well, wait a minute. Maybe we don't want a yellow background. Maybe we want... This has gold foil on it. That's all fancy. There's this. I don't have a lot of aqua blue on this page, but this one doesn't have a ton of yellow in it. This one has more yellow. So let's do that. I have the sunshine washi here. Other way. Haven't used this one yet. So regardless of what I put on this page, I want this on here. There's our washi. And then I think I want to do it on this page too, but I'm not 100% sure. So now that kind of makes those colors blend like this. I want to kind of intertwine those like that. And then this right here is, I really made those two too big. I could cut them all the way down. That's going to take time. And then, because I really don't need a pocket on this day, I have this lined paper and I might as well use it. So why not, right? And I can cut this one down even further, well, a little bit. Like on the bottom right here. If that helps at all. It does a little bit. I mean, I can put that squash down here because that was, you know, and then if I wanted to write in there, I could do that. I have some, I don't have time to do it. I have some frames and stuff. But I don't have time to dig those out. And something a little more decorative. Now, I am going to put the seed thing right here. Because as I was doing the squash, I was doing the seeds. And I think I have, between here and here, I think I have enough writing room. This was just a magazine image. So let me start, don't let me forget that washi over there. And then, hold on, let me dump all my little scraps off my glue paper. Where am I at on time? All right, I gotta hurry. Talking about speed journaling again. Oh, I was gonna put her down here. So if I put her here at all. So I can do that. This is upside down. How can you tell? I don't know. And I don't have to put that picture in there. I can save that for another day because I'm doing it again today. So why don't we do that? Or why don't I do this? I'll save that picture for today. I'll put this one right here. And then that one over here. Let me put my washi over here before I end up forgetting. Oh, this would have been cute with it. Darn it. Well, I mean, I could still, no. Keep it uniform. That would have been cute with it. This is going to cut down on some of my writing room, though. But I do like the way it strengthens the pages, especially this composition paper. Yeah, and I just messed all that up too, didn't I? And I tangled up my washi. Good job. There we go. Okay. Okay, and it kind of squares off that page, but it's going to leave a sticky. I'm going to have to cut. I'm going to have to round that. That corner's kind of rounded. If I can tuck the rest of it. I don't know. I'll fiddle with that later. Let's get the number, day and date down. And then these prompts are from Lydia at February and June, if I hadn't already said that. The washi that I'm doing is Allison at AJ's Inspired Life. It's her Item of the Month challenge. And for August of this year is washi. And yes, I have a gnat. I just saw him. And I want the journal down here. And I can put this down here. So let me glue that first. And we are rocking and rolling. I keep slipping further and further out of frame, I think. I don't know. Yell at me if I get out of frame. I haven't done a live in a long time. And I was thinking about doing one. I don't know. I'm not sure when I would be able to do it. What is your best time for a live? I want to do a weekday live, but I don't know how many of you work during the day. So I don't want to be sitting here by myself on a live. So if you can chime in at the bottom. Chime in at the bottom. I was thinking I wanted that on the bottom. If you can chime in and let me know, would weekdays or weekends, which would be better for you? I deliberately did not put that down because I wanted to overlap or underlap this thing. My little PB&J, and it happened to match. See, how was I going to do that? Like that right there. There. I realize I've missed doing paper collage. Oh no. Squeeze up. Okay. Okay. There we go. I didn't realize I had run it off the bottom of the page. All right. So squash is going here. That one's, I thought I was waiting on that. I thought I was saving that one. No. Seeds are going over here. Well, or I could just do this right here. And then this right here. And then I'm blanching squash again today, so I could save those for today. And I definitely saved some seeds out of the squash in there. And I got to glue those down. But other than that, that leaves me plenty of writing room. And then I've got that little space there. I got the washi on, and I got my prompt. What food just feels like home for you? And I know peanut butter and jelly was not my... Oh, I've got to glue her down. Let me see if I need to put her... I kind of like her up there with the squash. And then I can still put the seeds over here. They're upside down. Okay. Let's do that. Kind of put some more color on the page too. Not just so much yellow. And then just going to overlap her. I let my squash get so big that they're real seedy, which is fine. That gives me seeds for next year. But I kind of have to pick them out when I'm cutting them. So that's, yeah, I think I'll put them up here. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's use the stuff. Okay. And then I'll have to remember that I already have the squash pictures for tomorrow. Or, well, for today. Which I already have a couple of things on here for today. And, yeah. So, I am current. Today, I am filming this on the 5th. And this is the 4th. And I have everything on here. I can go back and, you know, I have room here. I mean, I could put, this is a funny quote. My mind is like someone emptied out the junk drawer on a trampoline. I mean, I could slap that right there if I don't want the blank space. But I think for right now, until I know, you know, when I go back in and write, if I have space that I want to fill in, I can always fill in with stickers or, you know, little dots or whatever. But that does kind of go right there. It leaves this spot down here empty, but I could write about, I kind of like how that sections that off. Because I could write about the peanut butter and jelly right here. And yeah, let's put it on there. Let's do it. We have glue. And we have a few minutes left. If you're still with me. And that was kind of like my mind yesterday. I had a bunch of stuff I needed to get done, kind of like today, but then I get tired. And anyway, I don't get it all done. And I get frustrated with myself because I didn't get enough done on my 2 days that I get to be home. Anyway, so, okay, we got this page done. This is all bright and colorful and full. And this is very yellow. But I was so happy to get my July journal finished. I mean, like, decorated finished. I got to write in it. I got to do my actual journaling. But I'll have plenty of writing space here and here. And even right there if I need to add some little something. Or a sticker. Or some, go back with some Posca markers or something like that. And bring in some more of this teal or blue. Alright, well, I'm going to leave you there. And I am current. I'm going to put my little paper clip right here so I know what day I'm on. Put it on backwards. Where's my mushroom? Maybe this day isn't the best day. That comp paper wants to tear on that paper clip. So anyway, all right, we are done with this video, and I appreciate you being here, especially if you stuck with me the whole way. I do appreciate it greatly. And oh, I didn't use this on that day either, but that's okay. So this is what the journal looks like so far. So far, so good, right? And yeah, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope that your journaling is going well. And I hope to see you in the next video. Y'all have a great day. Bye.